this video if you want to know how to save some information that you accept from the user into a bash script and later use it, like your API keys, your passwords, or any other sort of information that the user needs to give to the terminal or to your PowerShell, and then you use for some operations down the line. This one is video number 3 from my Linux series on HackerRank problems. So if you're a new viewer, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. I'll run you through 2 phases of this problem. 1, how to do it on the fly in the terminal, and then how to make an executable file that performs the tasks that have been outlined by HackerRank. First, let's see what HackerRank wants us to do in this Linux tutorial. Alright, I've got HackerRank on this screen, and this one is called a personalized echo. Let's see what it does. Write a bash script which accepts name as an input, so I'll be taking name from the user as an input, and then display the greeting welcome name. So this one is pretty simple, but trust me, these are the foundations that you really need to learn to be able to build on each other to make a full operational bash script for any use case that you're thinking of. So I will start very simple by showing you how a input function really works in bash scripting. But is it called an input function like the one in Python? The answer is no. In bash scripting, the input function that accepts input from the user is the read function. So when you ask bash script read something, it waits for you to perform some form of inputting information into the bash script. So if I say, hey, I want you to read name, it says, all right, give me the name. You can see that this cursor is waiting for me to provide some information. I'll say, okay, that name is Amir. If I press enter, and if I echo that for you, you can see that name needs to take a $sign for me to be able to use it in an echo function. If I press enter, you will see that the answer to that command is Amir, the input that I provided to the bash script. So if you haven't already seen my video on the echo function, the link is up the top right. It will show you all the bits and pieces about the echo function. But here, what you really need to be careful about is that $sign before the name that you got bash script to remember. Going back to the HackerRank problem I'm solving, I was asked that the answer should be welcome that name. So you might think it is a bit more complicated. Not really. All I need to do is to echo again and the quotation marks, because that was part of the HackerRank question. Welcome using the capital W, and then I need to provide the name inside quotation. Let's see if this one works. If it doesn't, we will have to find some other way. I'll press enter, and you can see that welcome Amir is actually working here. So this was part of the phase 1. So let me go back to HackerRank and show you that phase 1 is enough for this problem. But if you want to stay longer and learn more than welcome to stay once I have done the HackerRank submission. I'll bring HackerRank up now. Okay, this is my HackerRank platform, and I will be copying the same lines of code. So read name. Once you have read the name, all you need to do is to echo quotation mark welcome in capital W, $sign, and name. Let's move my face to the left-hand side, run the code, and keep our fingers crossed. Those 2 sample test cases were successful. Now let's submit the code and see if all test cases are successful, which they are. So congratulations, you've done this one, but the second part is even more interesting. In the second part, I want to show you how to make an executable file that you can get to run however many times you want. So for me to be able to make a new file, I will use the Nano text editor. I have talked about so many different times. Go to my previous videos and you will see a lot of explanation around the Nano function. But essentially, you need to call Nano. then you need to give the name of the file that you are either creating or editing. I don't have any file created under this name, so I will be creating it. But first, let me show you that not such a file exists. Here I am inside that folder that I am creating a file in. I'm pretty sure you can see that there is not any file there. But let me create a file and you will see that it will appear in my Finder or in your document if you are on Windows. So let me give that file a name, nano3.personalized echo.sh. So that's the name of the file I created. But now you can see that Nano has opened a text editor that I can copy and paste or just type the commands I was using. So I had two commands. One of them was read name, and the next one was echo welcome $name quotation close. I need to save this right now, which is Control X on both Windows and Mac. Control X. I'm being asked, do you want to save? If the answer is yes, press Y and then press enter. Now you can see that that file just got created inside this folder. So let me see if this file is executable. All I need to do is ./3. The name of the file is 3.personalized echo. Let me run this and see if I am getting this right. I'll press enter. I am being asked for the input. You remember how when you run read name, you are getting asked for an input? I will provide the name is Dan, and when I press enter, fingers crossed, I will see welcome Dan. And that's what I just saw. So the beauty of a file like this is that you can run it so many different times. You can run this again for a different name, and I will use my own name, and that says welcome Amir. And that's the beauty of having bash script files. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. I'm spending a lot of time putting together these videos, so I would really appreciate your kindness and attention. Thank you.